First of all, I want to congratulate Houston. What a series that was. They had a great season. A lot of good things ahead for that team. Ime did an amazing job. And really the whole rebuild over the last couple of years has been so impressive. And we were lucky to get out of this series. But much respect to the Rockets and their staff and their organization. They have a great team. And
Steph and Draymond, this was their sixth Game 7 together. What can you say about the tone that Draymond set on Şengün and obviously the way that Steph was able to close it out?
Draymond set the tone last night at the team meeting. Basically, he owned up to losing his poise in Game 6. And I agreed with him. You know, I thought the flagrant foul 4 minutes into the game was a tone setter, and he knew it. And so he talked to the group last night and said, "I got to be poised, and I have to be better, and we're going to come in here tomorrow and get it done." And I think his emotional stability tonight, just his poise. From the start, I thought it set a great tone.
Steve, you said last night that you were considering all options for the lineup. How close? I mean, Buddy didn't play that great the last two games. How close were you to not starting him? And what about tonight's game? Did he get more space than he's gotten? Or
I never wavered on starting Buddy. The lineup that we started tonight has been by far our best five-man unit in this series. And so I knew I was going to stay with Buddy. And I like the way that group looks. We knew they were going to play a lot of zone. We finally got better spacing against the zone, and we were able to get some good looks. And, of course, Buddy, getting hot changed the whole game in the first half.
Steve, is this the kind of team that does an unusual amount of introspection between games, especially going into a tough game like this, and more talking among themselves? Is this a kind of...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I said, Draymond really, he's our leader, and when he's right, like he was tonight, he's an incredible player to watch. The defense just kind of owning the court on that side of things, and then just being patient and not turning it over and being in the right spots offensively. So I think the guys understood after Game 6. We were scattered. We were out of sorts. I didn't do a good job getting them ready. I think we let our guard down, frankly, in Game 6. And so tonight was as good as it gets in terms of focus and the players executing the game plan and just showing resolve for 48 minutes.
You mentioned a few times that this was like a difficult series for Draymond offensively because of what they're doing. How much is that mental for him too? When your strategy at that point has to be him to kind of get away from the action, how much do you think that is tough for him to just kind of be out of the fray?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Ime did a great job and his staff of, trying to take Draymond out of things with matchups, with the way they were playing, with zone, and he was definitely flustered, quite a bit throughout the series. And I just thought, today, that shoot around last night at the meeting, you could see Draymond. You could see a change in his approach, basically admitting, like, I've lost my poise, and it's cost us, and I will be there, to do my job tonight. And I thought he was incredible.
Steve, you were able to hold the Rockets to just 18 three-point attempts, and Fred VanVleet only got, I think, 6 shot attempts from distance. Was there any sort of adjustment when it came to making sure the Rockets didn't go off from three? Or?
Well, the biggest thing we did was we battled for every 50-50 ball. It seemed like they got all of them last game, and there were so many kick-out threes after loose balls, long rebounds. And even though they got 14 offensive boards tonight, we were in the fight every single loose ball, long rebound. And then after they got the rebound, we were sprinting out to three-point shooters, which we didn't do in Game 6. So I thought that was a crucial part of the game today.
Byproduct of playing in a Game 7 and having your season on the line.
No question. The Game 7 on the road, if you don't bring it, you're going home, and our guys brought it.
Just how would you, big picture, contextualize this series for Steph, what he navigated, the arc of the series, and then the way he was able to finish?
The main thing is I'm blown away by Steph's competitive fight. At 37, been doing this forever, got 4 rings, gold medal, everything he could possibly want in his life, he's got. He has nothing to prove, and yet he's going to come in and try to prove something every single night. It's amazing. Draymond too, Jimmy too, and that's the common theme, the common denominator with all these guys. It's their competitive force, that how much they love to play and compete and win, and the process of going through it and putting themselves on the line. The fact that these guys continue to put themselves on the line year after year after year, it just blows me away. The competitive spirit and energy and love for the game. It's beautiful to watch.
You talk about that competitive spirit with them. What about a guy like Buddy, who's known more for his sort of personality in the locker room and keeping things light and all the joking, but obviously to produce the way he did in this setting, there has to be some of that in him too.
I thought his defense was tremendous tonight too. One of the keys to the game was Fred VanVleet only got 2 free throws. Fred has just destroyed us the last 3 games. He's had an amazing series. He completely flipped things with his play. Last game we fouled him several times, on his mid-range stuff, pull-ups. And I thought Buddy did a great job on him and on Green. So this was not just a lights-out shooting performance from Buddy. It was also a two-way performance. I thought his defense was fantastic.
I'm also asking you just how he balances that personality in the locker room with the competitiveness he needs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason everybody loves Buddy. He's just fun-loving. He's hilarious. He can laugh at himself. But he loves to play basketball, and he loves to work at the game. And, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And he's had a really successful career, but this is really his first real playoff run. And I think he is relishing it, and the guys, they see how much he loves it and how much he wants to contribute. And what a night for him.
Steve, looking ahead to the second round, what are your thoughts on just the matchup with Minnesota and especially Anthony Edwards?
I'm not talking about Minnesota right now. We will talk about them tomorrow. So we're just gonna enjoy the win tonight and spend the night, and we'll get ready for Minnesota tomorrow. But we're excited. We're thrilled. I mean, when I think back to the trade deadline where we were as a team, I'm so proud of these guys for what they've accomplished to put us in a position, as Steph says, to play meaningful basketball and to give ourselves a chance. And this is all you want every year. Do you have a chance? And we've got a chance with this group, and they're an amazing group of men to coach and to be with and to collaborate with, and couldn't be more proud. Thank you.